Ladies and gents, I thought it would be important to give you some context for how this all came about, because this is not, just some sort of miracle. There actually was a vision for the company. There is some aspect of miraculous, I admit that. But we made a decision as a family, really more than 10 years ago, to stay private and independent. And it really all starts with being private and independent, which is to say that we reinvest everything we make every year after we pay bonuses back into the company. And that has enabled us to be the different guys. And we're different because we're not focused on the profits as much as we're focused on the work. I know that sounds simplistic, but that's where it starts. So that was the first thing, to stay private and independent. Then the second was we decided that we wanted to be the smartest firm. And so we started the Trust Barometer 10 years ago. And then Good Purpose and the Health Engagement Barometer and the digital white papers. And so to be the smartest firm, so that when we went in, we weren't just saying we know this reporter, which is good, is not sufficient. It puts us in a different place. When we go in and talk about trust, we're talking about trends in the same way that McKinsey does. The third is we have a culture that was started by Dan of never being satisfied, never letting up on results for clients, new creative, new ways to do things, take risks, and that's really fundamental to the company. We also have a management philosophy of giving people a lot of leeway. We don't micromanage. We're not, on your tails every day, how many billable hours, what did you do today? There's just a lot of leeway that you get if you're running bioscience or whatever you're running, you get a lot of rope. And sometimes that works out well, and most of the times it does, and that's a good thing. Because it attracts people who like that, and they stay. And that's the other key principle, that we've grown our own. So I look at Russ, and he started here as an account executive a few years ago. Won't go into that. But Russell's now running an office of 530 people in New York, and he's not alone in the network. We have someone like Nancy Roshinsky, who had the bright idea in 1996 to start up Edelman Digital. She said, I want to do this. We said, go. It's a great idea. Go with God, and look where we are. So I would also say that we have a very considered approach about taking the money that we have to reinvest and investing it. So buying in India, buying in Indonesia, buying in Russia, and also completely transforming our UK operation by buying JCPR and Spook. This has allowed us to have a global network of passionate entrepreneurs who like to do work for clients. Again, this sounds simple, but that's really what it's about. It's not about how much money do we make this quarter, and you got to make 22% because the ad business is crap, and you got to make up for them. It's not like that. We're just doing our thing out there. And it's also allowed us to go into new lines of business. And that's the kind of innovation, relentless, try things out, go do stuff that I love. I also love that we're so front and center on behalf of our clients at places like the Vancouver Olympics. To have bought Careo, to have that company integrated into Edelman just in time for the Vancouver Olympics, so fantastic work for Hudson Bay and GE, etc. It shows you, you plan ahead 3 years, you get, together and you work things out. Now, I also want to tell you that this is just the beginning. Just in classic Edelman style, yes, we celebrate our triumph. I congratulate all of you for an outstanding achievement over the last, frankly, 57 years. That's what we've really done here. But it is just the beginning. Why? Matthew has said it very well. The lines are completely blurred. The door is open for us to do much more for clients. And I suggest to you that the phrase we use around public engagement describes the new environment very accurately, which is dispersion of authority, lack of trust in institutions, people wanting to co-create. They absolutely want a voice. We're the people who can do this. It's not a talk at, it's a converse with. Go where the conversations are, allow people to participate and give their own views. That's the next phase for public relations. It's not a megaphone business, it's a converse business. It's a mutual learning experience, and it's a partnering business. Business has lost the ability to go on its own. It has to partner with NGOs, it has to cooperate with government, it has to embrace this idea of mutual social responsibility. We're in all of these things. There is no barrier for you anymore to propose concepts to clients. You are absolutely empowered to consult, to be at the table, to innovate, as well as to execute. Everybody still wants immaculate execution. They want that, but they also want ideas. And they're looking for ideas. You see Steve Hoffman here from HP. It's a perfect example of a company that we are partnered absolutely at the hip with. We are engaged in helping them explain their green story as an example of how Hewlett-Packard is making people's lives better. It is not simply a functional product, it is serving people's lives. So I am convinced that we have a unique proposition at the company. We're going to stay private, we're going to stay family-owned, we're going to stay committed to our clients. Those are all the standards. But we're also going to continue to look for great people to join the enterprise. We're going to continue to innovate, we're going to continue to take chances, give people a lot of rope to do these things. And more than anything else, I just want you to feel proud of what we've achieved for the PR business, because we have been a transformational company in this area. We are not doing it the way it was done before. That is why Adweek has recognized us. That's why these other awards have come to us in the last decade. It's because we dare to ski the hill hard. And I just want to read you a quote from Mark Twain at the end, because I always try and have a quote. And Mark Twain said, "Always do right. This will gratify some people and astonish the rest." And always live by that. Okay. So any comments from the field? Press *1, is it? Anybody have any comments from here? If no comments, drink heartily. Cheers.